So it really is amazing. We've talked about this plenty of times before, but it never ceases to amaze me that Michelle Obama has lived one of the most enviable lives that anyone has ever lived. Michelle Obama has really been vocal lately. She's all over the place. She's, has her podcast where she sits down and complains. She does interviews where she complains. She complains in every forum available, in every way, in every language. She complains in nonverbal language. She complains in Morse code. She complains in sign language. So she complains in every way that she can. She's a very versatile complainer. She's like a Renaissance man of complaining. She just knows how to complain. And she can complain about anything. It is kind of like a talent in a certain way. So now she's back at it. She's doing an interview here, and we're going to play the clip. But by the way, she's on the interview circuit to talk about her new book. She's got a book out. And I saw this clip this morning, and that's how I found out that she has a book out. I hadn't heard about it. And if you haven't heard about it, and I promise I'm not making this up, okay? I'm not making it up. So she's got a new book, and it's called The Look. So if you go to Amazon, which I did, and of course purchased a copy for myself and all my whole family, purchased 50 copies. Because I read this description and I said, I got to read this. I got to read this thing. I mean, this is like, man. So here's how it was described on Amazon. Beautifully illustrated with more than 200 photographs, including never-before-seen images, The Look is a stunning journey through Michelle Obama's style evolution, in her own words, for the first time. In this celebration of style, from the moment she entered the public eye through her husband's U.S. Senate campaign, through her time as the first black first lady, and today, as one of this country's most influential figures, Michelle Obama shares that she uses the beauty and intrigue of fashion to draw attention to her message. Featuring the voices of Meredith Coupe, Obama's stylist, as well as her makeup artist Carl Ray, hairstylist Yeen Dam Tu, Johnny Wright, and Najeri Radway, and many of the designers who have dressed Obama for notable events. The Look brings readers behind the scenes, not only to reveal how her most memorable looks came together, but also to tell a powerful story about how we present ourselves. Okay, so this is a book Michelle Obama published with 200 pictures of Michelle Obama, where she talks about her fashion and all the profound reasons behind the different outfits that she wore. This is what this woman's narcissism has led to. This is what it has wrought. This is where she is now. She's published Look at Me, the book. A book where every single page is just her begging you to look at her. I mean, the title of the book is Look. That's the title. Look, everyone, look at me. Hey, everyone, look at me. Did you see this? Now look at this. Look at me here. Why aren't you looking? Look some more. Please why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't more people looking at me right now? That should be the title of the book. Why aren't more people looking at me? The story of Michelle Obama. And it really is just pictures of herself. She basically went into her camera roll on her phone of all of her selfies and published them as a book. She looked at her selfies on her phone and said, this should be a book. She went through her selfie camera roll, and it's just nothing but 10,000 pictures of herself. And she said, this should really be a book. I think this should be a book. This is the perfect fodder for a book. And each picture has a caption where she waxes poetic about the reasons for wearing whatever she has on. Right? Like it's a picture of her, and then it's, here I'm wearing a green dress because this is to signify my profound love of nature, or whatever, stuff like that. Here I'm wearing a jock strap because I'm a man. That's also in there. I think. I don't know. I heard that was in there. So here's an actual headline about this book. This is a headline published. This is in a mainstream publication. Here's the headline, just so you know. Michelle Obama reveals the surprising reason she got bangs in the White House. Wow, thank God. Finally, the mystery is solved. Because I've been wondering this for years. Right? She finally revealed why she had bangs. And every morning and every night, I have gone to bed and I wake up tortured by this question. Why did Michelle Obama have bangs in the White House? Why? Why the bangs? I've said it so many times. You can ask my wife. Every day I'm asking, why did she have bangs? Why did she have them? I pursued this question all over the globe. You know, I've waded through jungles and wandered across deserts. I went to the top of a mountain in the Himalayas and consulted like a Hindu oracle. And I said, Guru, why did Michelle Obama have bangs? Why did she have them? And then the guru said, oh, well, you got to go to Amazon.com. She just published a book about it. Bestseller. Why are you here? Just go online and order it. And so I did. So anyway, why were we talking about this? Oh, well, if you're wondering, so here's the answer, by the way, if you're wondering. It's in the article. It says that she wrote, I changed styles to give my hair a rest and to minimize breakage, which is why I switched to bangs 3 years later. So that's it, to minimize breakage. Now that's why. After all these years that we've all been wondering, it was breakage all along. That was the reason. Scholars have been debating this for years. And it turns out, it's because of the breakage. So, and that's the whole book. You can go buy that book. It's officially November, and gift-giving season is looming like Zohran Mamdani over New Yorkers' wallets. That's a great joke. If you don't have a wonderful wife who will be handling all of the Christmas shopping, or that wife actually happens to be you, the Daily Wire shop is your go-to for conservative gifting. Get up to 30% off great gifts for the conservatives in your life, like the Am I Racist game based on my hit movie, only available at the Daily Wire shop. There's awesome merch celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Daily Wire with hats, t-shirts, hoodies. But don't worry about Ben or Michael Knowles' collections. Just go to mine, and that's it. Go to dailywire.com/shop. Take advantage of these early Black Friday deals and enjoy holiday anticipation stress-free. That's dailywire.com/shop. So all that to say, Michelle has been on the interview circuit, and here's the latest. Watch this.
You said we were all too aware that as a first black couple, we couldn't afford any missteps.
Yeah.
And you also say, as a black woman, I was under a particularly white hot glare. Did you feel that?
For sure. You can't afford to get anything wrong because you didn't get at least until the country came to know us, we didn't get the grace that I think some other families have gotten.
Yes, famously, the White House was a place where nobody was scrutinized. Famously, American voters extend grace to their politicians and presidents. Nobody scrutinized the president and his family until we had black ones in there, and then everyone suddenly was scrutinizing them. Then there was a white hot glare all of a sudden. So it really is amazing. We've talked about this plenty of times before, but it never ceases to amaze me that Michelle Obama has lived one of the most enviable lives that anyone has ever lived. Truly. Okay, just based on objective metrics, if you were to take all 100 billion people who have ever lived on the planet and, group them all together and then rank them from most difficult life to least difficult, Michelle Obama would be, most difficult is like all the way over here. If this is least difficult, she's in the 0.0000000000000000000001% bracket for least difficult life. She's almost at the top. I mean, you could make an argument that she has maybe lived the least difficult life of anyone ever. She's in the conversation. I mean, she is. It's to be a first lady in modern America is about as easy and comfortable and luxurious and enviable as a life can possibly be. And that's first lady. Now, I'm not saying that to be the president. To be the president, at least while you're doing the job, is actually one of the more difficult lots that you can. It's one of the more difficult ones that straws you can pull. Even which is why I would never want the job. But the first lady, like, you don't have to do anything. The first lady is like they give you some little project to work on. Every first lady has a little project. They give her a little project, and they say, the next 4 years will be about this. And so for what was Michelle Obama, it was what was it? Let's move, or whatever. Making sure kids have more recess, making sure that they get enough apples and baby carrots in their school lunches. That was her little project. It's like this really low stakes, very easy. You don't have to actually do anything. It's like you're not really, because you have no power. So this is just the thing that you're going to like pretend to do. It's your fun little project. And other than that, your job is to dress nice and like appear in public sometimes. And your husband has all the pressure. Like you have none of it. And your husband it's a lot of pressure. He's the president of the United States. But you have none of it, and he has all of it. So, yeah, about as easy as life can be, really. Yet Michelle still complains and still is not happy. And there is a lesson in that. I think that's why Michelle's story resonates, I think, with so many of us. In all the wrong ways. Like it resonates exactly the opposite way that she wants it to resonate. But it resonates because there's a lesson. It's not a political lesson. It's really got nothing to do with politics. It's a life lesson. It's a lesson about being a person. And what it tells us is that if you are a selfish person, if you're a narcissistic person, being a narcissist it's a curse, really, because you'll never be happy. Nothing can ever make you happy. Truly. Right? If you're a narcissist, it just means, like, if you're a narcissistic person, you will never, ever be happy. Ever. Nothing can ever make you happy. Until you get over your narcissism. Now, if you conquer that beast, if you slay that dragon, then you can be happy. But as long as you're a narcissist, nothing will ever make you happy. I mean, Michelle Obama could find a lamp and rub the lamp and a genie pops out and grants her, a wish to live until she's 500 and be a trillionaire and give her the power to fly, and she can eat as much chocolate as she wants and never gets fat. They could grant her a wish to become a real woman. Allegedly, I'm not supposed to, but anyway, and she still would not be happy. Like nothing would ever make her happy. In fact, if you're a narcissist, you could get all that and you would be just as unhappy with all of that as you would be if you were poor and dying of cancer. The amount of unhappiness would be the same. Because that's what narcissism does. It's just this. It's this very small life. It makes you a very small, shallow, superficial person, and that's Michelle Obama. It really is amazing. It's amazing to watch. So, and you can learn more about it by buying her new book, which I'm sure is a page turner. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.